Hey everybody, finally got my Corolla race car done. This was a pretty basic kit, simple. Didn't have a whole lot of parts, no engine detail, had some nice detail inside. But it turned out pretty cool at the end. One thing is the panel lines when it came out of the kit was very faintly molded, you barely could see it, so I did end up having to scribe all the panel lines for the trunk and for the door and for the hood. I used my panel line scribers that I got. They're more of a chisel than anything else. They did a good job on it. You have to really take your time though to do them panel lines straight when they're nothing to go by. As you can see, I had to paint the headlights and the turn signals inside, turn signals on the side, and the tail lights. I tried to get them as close as I could. Have some backup spots in there, backup light spots. But other than that, I went with the red for the locking nut. The one neat thing about this car is that the rear tires are actually a different rim than the front. I think that's because of it being a front wheel drive car. They probably have bigger tires on the front versus smaller on the back, so that way that the crew actually can make sure they got the right tires on wear. Because in the kit that one was a hair smaller, you barely could tell, but it was just a little bit smaller on that one than the front. So if you got this kit, you have to make sure of that. A lot of decals. This also has two options, so you can build it two different ones, 36 or 37. If you do it 37, these are different, and those are different, numbers are different of course, and then that's different. The back, very far back, is different. I think those are different. Right here is supposed to be like a I think it's for compressed air for the auto lifts, where they get the 4 air cylinder jacks that lift the whole car up. They'll connect it right there. So I put a little wire in, just drilled a hole and put a little wire in there. The bottom is still the same as what it was before, just a little detail, a little wash. The interior is a right-hand drive. I haven't added nothing to that either. I did a clear coat, wet sanded a little bit, give it more of a smooth look. Wet sanded and used Novus 2 on it. I should have, if I wanted a super smooth surface, I should have wet sanded it after putting the decals on, and then put another coat on, then wet sand it again. I only went with the one coat. This is not a super detailed car, it's just a fun build and just a fun kit that would be on the shelf. Nothing too fancy about it. The one thing about this kit was these back ports here. Now I'm assuming that those are for the fuel, because that's the only thing I can think of that they will look like, unless they're, yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Those, they don't really have them marked very well on where to drill the holes at and cut the holes, so I had to do a little bit of guesswork on that, but they turned out alright. But that's pretty much all. It was a very basic kit, so just a basic video. Until next time guys, hope to see you then. Have a good one. Bye.